What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your girl, Juju of Everybody Loves Juju. You've reached my channel. Uh, I usually don't come on here this late, but I've been having some technical issues earlier, kind of testing it out right now. But I didn't get a chance to talk about the AP25 edition for this week, and wanted to just kind of take a check, get a check in. I got a couple of new subscribers. What's happening, Donovan? Thank you for joining me, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry about earlier. Um, Apparently, I needed to do an update. You know, my computer is not used to all this traffic I got going on with the shows that I do and that I'm a part of. So, what's happening with everybody tonight? Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. I don't even care if I'm talking to one or two of you tonight. It doesn't even matter. What matters is that I'm coming up here and just checking in with my peeps. Looking for anybody that wants to talk hoops before they go to bed. I'm on the West Coast, so it's not that late. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to turn up the light. Let's see if this is a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I could take that. I could deal with that. Can you hear me okay, Donovan? Every time I shut this equipment down nightly, it wants to act real funny. I've been going on different media platforms. I got a new one on Threads you can check out. Um, I'm always posting on my Instagram. I'm always posting stuff on my Everybody Loves Juju Facebook. I'm not really often on Twitter, although I like to read all the jibber jabber that's going on. They real hostile over there. They crack me up. But yeah, so listen, I got uh I got Donovan that checked in and came into my cave and spoke. If you're new here and you don't really know how to you know work work your phone or your laptop, tap on your screen if you're on your cell phone, and you'll be able to see that it will give me a light. And then if you're say like on television or if you're on your desktop, I think uh, I think on TV is up to the right. Kind of push your arrow up, slide it over, and hit the thumbs up. And if it's your first time here, hit to hit the subscribe or on the channel right there, and then you can get more notifications from me. You've reached Everybody Loves Juju 12 Talks Hoops YouTube channel, Instagram channel, and YouTube. So basically what I do here is I talk, you talk back, we talk together, and I get your feedback on stuff. I just been, I've been checking out a lot of content creators. People are kind of like, you know, acting brand new when it comes to Juju Watkins and USC. I think for those who haven't been really tapped in, I think people think that the USC Trojans are just Juju Watkins. She's a playmaker, y'all. Um, Not only is she a playmaker, she's a shooting guard. She has a freshman, pretty much point guard, We tried TVO at the point guard earlier. That's not really kind of like her forte. So we had to, we had to tweak things because we got a lot of freshmen and we got a lot of, we had two transfers, which was Kiki and Talia Van Oliphant. Yes. Yeah. She tried to get spicy. Hi, Aisha. Juju getting spicy. Aisha's talking about barbecue chicken because Juju's been really humble. She usually gets up there in her press conference, y'all, and she just kind of, you know, she's sort of an introvert, but I see her coming out of herself. But I know one on one and with her teammates, she's a character. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you just, you're a freshman, you're sophomore, you're just kind of shy. But they're asking her these questions at the presser, and they said to her like, you know, I guess they were asking her questions, right? She they were kind of saying like, how was it for you? Cause getting open and kind of like, how was it for you? Like, how long did it take for you to adjust to the defense? And then she was just talking about, like the first quarter, she's usually just kind of filling them out, trying to see what they're going to throw at her, what kind of defense they're going to throw at her. And then she tries to make the right reads, which everything she said was honest. And then she said, once she makes the right reads, it's barbecue chicken. I fell out. I couldn't believe it. She even had to laugh. She's like, no, no, no. But she was serious. It's like, nah, G. That's how you be talking. It's barbecue. It's barbecue chicken out there. You cook. She cooked. Don't play. You be cooking. And Donovan, he said, I think they forgot that how good Juju is. Like she is the prototype at the moment. I think they forgot, Donovan. I don't know. I mean, like, why would she be running around trying to cook? I mean, she did it a little bit. She got 9 for 11 against a team and hit 40 points and things like that. She could do that, but right, but when you're playing those inferior games and teams, you're pretty much just trying to uh, work with the coach and work on getting some reps and some time in for the freshmen and getting to see what combinations work best, who should fit. I know that Lindsay got a little project over there. I could see it. It's plain as day, and I could see her trying to figure out, does she play the talent that she has, you know. But you can't lie. When she got to Connecticut, she had a game plan for them. I've been watching Connecticut because for the anticipation of that game on the 21st from day one. I needed to get back. I needed that get back from that rematch game. Jude didn't touch the ball for like 8 minutes, and I needed that get back. And I was watching them, and once I saw the inconsistencies, sophomore shade, Ice Brady just tapped out. Az injured. He plays KK Arnold inconsistently. I knew that all they had was Paige and Sarah, which is a big deal. I believe that two people can carry you. You know what I'm saying? And then there was a Shelly, I think Morgan Shelly, I think her name is. She comes from my area, the Bay Area. And Juju and Kennedy have played her in high school for Archbishop Mitty of San Jose for the championship. But I love that she said that too, Aisha. I love that she said that too. I really do. Donovan said Juju's IQ is consistently growing in every game. Oh yeah, the IQ is there, but it's consistently growing, and not only just growing, but she's actually using it. And I think her teammates who've um, never seen her in action, needed to be up close and personal to see when she goes over, when she takes over. So I like the way she waited. Um, she abided her time, and with Kiki out, which I've been wanting to take Kiki out anyway. Although they took her out not for a punishment, but for fouls. I wanted her to be taken out a few times when she misses chippies and stuff, just to sit down. Because at Stanford, she was in and out, and that's how she knows. That's all she's been knowing, and it's kind of like she's in a new environment. It's like, we're not gonna do that to you, honey. We want you to stay in for as long as you need. You're going to the pros. We need you to, you know, Get yourself together in shape because you're going to be playing a lot of minutes. Because I don't fully feel like she's fully there in rhythm and in shape, and I need her to be the dominant big that everyone knows you are in the country, and do what we need to do. But having that four guard lineup and Rhea, or four guard lineup and Kiki, fantastic. Worked well. It worked better with four guard lineup and Rhea than it did with Kiki. Like she was needed that game. You see, she broke the game open when she got back in. And I heard her say at the end when she had an interview outside of the presser, she was like, being on that bench, she was just anxious to go in to make an impact. She knew she needed to come back in and make an impact. I think she literally had like 6 points when she sat down, came back in for just a small amount of time that she did before she fouled out and scored 12 points. I mean, it was probably the best 12 points I've seen her, 18 points she's ever had. I mean, I've seen her get 30 on our team. I think she's had like a couple of 20s. She might average like 14 or 16 points. But that 18 was wonderful. It was wonderful. And tell me something, guys, here in the chat. Tell me something. Why is it that when they talk, when the conversation come up, everyone talks about every other team around, but they talk about LSU, talk about Iowa, they didn't even talk about Georgia Tech. We might go down the list. And we might talk about. I mean, we might touch on UCLA. We might touch on South Carolina. We rave about Notre Dame, but you don't know what to say about USC. I mean, what have we done really to deserve that? Because in all honesty, if if we had not lost Kennedy and we had won that game against Notre Dame and then we beat UConn, we legitimately could be in the number 2 spot. There would be no question about it because at the time, South Carolina got moved into position. I don't either we would have moved them into position, but we were already in third. So beating UConn, wait, because I think when Notre Dame won, they didn't move UConn out of the way because they were so low. But us being possibly in that third slot and then beating UConn, we would have had to have been in the second spot. Shout out to Georgia Tech, man. Shout out to Georgia Tech. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. I don't know. Something came up on my radar. It was like maybe a month ago, and I was just like, I kind of like this team, Georgia Tech. And I think they hadn't cracked the code yet. They hadn't cracked the top 25. I was like, okay. They need to crack this because I'm seeing something here. I don't know what it is, but I'm seeing something with them. And when they did it, not only did they crack it, and then they did something again. They beat a team again. I'm sorry, I'm not sure who it was, and then they moved up to the current 13th spot. And I literally saw them like I saw them when I said, when they crack, they're gonna crack to the 17th spot, and then they're gonna crack and they're gonna go to the 10th spot. But hey, I'm off a little bit because they're in the 13th spot. So let's go over it. If you don't know already, you probably do know, but let's say this: UCLA, this is not surprising to me. When I saw Janai Barker, because I knew that UCLA needed a player like her that do the dirty work, do the intangibles, fill in, take up space. You know what I'm saying? And then Tamia Gardner, I just like that when she can get hot on the outside from Oregon State. I said, you know what? She'll be a good spacer, outside shooter, opposite of say London, but with height and size. And then they got that freshman Alina. I said, oh yeah, yeah. And they spaced the four, and they are big, y'all. When I seen them in person last year, February, I was like, ooh, they're lengthy and tall, but they didn't play like they played last year. They didn't play. Maybe by the Pac-12 tournament, they kind of looked pretty good, like this team. But the team I'm looking at now is a team I kind of thought they were last year, but no, they're better than they are last year. They beat Nebraska, who Georgia Tech, Oregon, and North Carolina. Maybe that's what it was. I know. I think they're probably. I think maybe Nebraska. I was like, ooh, okay, because Nebraska had cracked the code, right? And then I saw them like play like I think when they beat North Carolina, and I thought North Carolina. What made me know that I could beat UConn is when I saw them play UConn play North Carolina, and was struggling with them. Political Lil, hey, Political Lil, girl, good evening. What you doing up? Okay, Political said, I'm liking Georgia Tech in the ACC and Alabama in the SEC. They're sleepers. People better wake up. People better wake up. And Political, you did say Alabama for sure. I think I remember that. I think I remember that from you, but that Georgia Tech, I think I remember from Shantae. So I kind of think I remember it from Shantae. So I was like, let me take a look at Georgia Tech. But Vanderbilt got this girl. I think her name is Camille Pierre. She had like 29 points the other night. Ooh, she's tall, she's lanky, she can get down, she can score. I mean, we got these players that are on these teams that just need something else around them, but can get down. That can really get down. They're really good. They're really good, and some of them are just freshmen that need some pieces. Hey, what's up, Jason Flatbush? Donovan said, I love Alabama. Aaliyah Nye, she's slept on as a shooter. She went 8 for 10 from three. Oh, yeah. I think that's the one that came close to getting to the 9 that Juju had this season for a 30 ball. That was nice. That's nice. Did they put the poll out today? Yes, Political Lil. Let me go through it real quick before I read the rest, y'all. Hopefully, I don't think the chat will move. Okay, so I'll go through it. UCLA number one. Yeah, yes, Donna. Camille Pierre. Camille Pierre. Remember that name, y'all. Remember that name. Donovan, you on it. Remember that name. Political Lil, James of Flatbush, Miss D saying what's up. Political, what's up, Juju? I can hang for a minute to hear your take. Okay, cool. All right, so UCLA's number one, South Carolina's number two, number three, Notre Dame, number four, USC, number five, Texas, number six, LSU, um, number seven, UConn, number eight, Maryland, number nine, Oklahoma, number 10, Ohio State, number 11, TCU. Now, I don't know if y'all remember me talking about TCU uh, back when they beat Notre Dame. I told you that TCU was going to be in the top 10. Tell me I didn't. They're 11. Kansas State with Ioka Lee, number 12. Georgia Tech, 13. That's crazy. Duke 14. Now Duke be going up and down, up and down. Duke cracking me up. She like be making a car over there making adjustments on the fly, y'all. That's cracking me up. You don't believe in Georgia Tech. I want to see them play Notre Dame before I can say they're the truth. Okay, cool. And even if you do see them right and they lose, but you see a good game, right? You see them take them to the wire, or you get to see their best player having a great game. That's all you need to see because this is conference. That's all you need to see. And like I don't know if that conference is the same as like our conference. Sometimes we play people twice, and you give people a chance to play someone twice, and then they go to the tournament and they see them again, or they see other teams that that are as good as that top team. They're gonna learn something from it, and they're gonna learn something. And if they're smart, they're gonna take something away. And playing in a tough conference makes you better. So this is going to be to the advantage of Georgia Tech to face Tennessee, to taste Oklahoma, LSU. Uh, no, Georgia Tech is in the ACC, right? ACC. So they'll play like obviously Notre Dame, but I think there's somebody else in the ACC um, that we'll see what they got going on. Okay, number 15, Tennessee, which I say don't sleep on. I think Tennessee will break up at some point in terms of like, can they keep up with their defensive strategy and still shoot threes against better teams? That's going to be um, they're gonna need to learn how to control the pace. If they get a lead, they need to know how to hold on to it against better teams. Kentucky 16, North Carolina 17, number 18 West Virginia. I talked about West Virginia. I thought West Virginia gave Iowa a big scare last year in a tournament. I really do, and I think those refs. There was actually I want to go back and look at it because I remember scrolling and trying to watch it, and I said, "Wait a minute, they just cheat them out of beating Clayton Clark and them early on in this tournament?" It was that close of a game. After West Virginia, here's Alabama political ill number 19, and then Cal Berkeley. Cal got a point guard over there that we had from South California, Kayla Williams, and Kayla Williams was a portal transfer to SoCal, but she's originally from SoCal. A lot of SC outside of South Carolina, LSU has a few good players, but no duels like the top. The best duel in the country is probably Miles and Hannah. SCC got three teams in the top 10. I'm gonna tell you how many. How many? Check out how many. How many is the Big Ten have? Florida State and North Carolina for ACC. Okay, and North Carolina ain't gonna be State ain't gonna be out of it. And Florida State, I thought about Florida State. I think Tanai Latson needs to prove something. It was just a spectacular tonight. Can't stay worked second. I need to work split shift tomorrow, but let's go, Juju. Okay. Thank you, David. Tennessee to maintain that with the threes. Gonna take a lot of conditioning. You ain't lying, political ill. I'm curious to see how Georgia Tech lines up with the Fighting Irish. Me too. Me too, because the Fighting Irish, they can be beat. They can be beat. Obviously, Utah and TCU figured it out. Okay, so I said California at number 20 and number 21 Michigan State. Michigan State had a really close game against Maryland. Unfortunately, they could not keep it together at the end. North Carolina State 22. They just don't want to fall off. They just keep hanging in there. 23 Iowa and 24 we just played the Michigan and Ole Miss. So Michigan didn't really move. And then Ole Miss is like hanging on by a thread. What you think about that, political? What y'all think about that? I'm curious. Miss D said facts, political ill. Facts, political ill. And what did you say? Tennessee? Yeah, I mean, that anytime you do a press, look, USC, we pulled that press out constantly. And I think it was smart to do it. Even though you probably couldn't see it in the beginning. I don't know why people were doubting every time when I see the same thing across the board, except for I see lackadaisical play. I see lazy play. I see um, unforced errors. All we were doing when we were playing Michigan was filling them out, trying to fill them out and trying to figure out which best combinations work best for us. It's like you could come out and just smoke on somebody in the first quarter, but if you've never really scouted them or even played them before, you feel them out because a scout report you can scout, but when you get out there, everything that you studied on the scouting report can go out the window because they're doing something totally different. And so when that happens, everything that you kind of like thought about them or that you planned to do or you thought they were going to do on the fly, you then realize they're doing nothing that what we thought they were going to do. So now you start to feel them out, and so it takes a little longer to make the reads. That's all that is. And if you could just look at your team, and it's know that you have a more superior team. Michigan plays five guards, even with Cyber Swords. They don't really have a big. And I believe in Rhea, and I believe in Kiki, and I believe in Kennedy. So yeah, so I wasn't worried about it the whole time. It was like, and then for I was saying like, oh look at them. Oh my God, see I knew Michigan. Would you? No, 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 no. Just because South Carolina barely squeaked them out doesn't mean that here we are in December that somebody else is going to do that. That was early on in the season. Ole Miss doesn't have the scoring firepower. Is all. Yeah. Yeah, but they keep doing that. Just like they're gonna be just like Duke. You got to get that. You got to get KKD. I know she wouldn't got that guard from Colorado, but she's there, but she's not there. And then Madison Scott still scores too. So never mind. Never mind what. The matchup I can't wait for is Tennessee versus UConn. I can't wait either because I want them to smash them down even further. And South Carolina versus UConn. I need UConn to get smashed down in a way. I don't want to run into them again. That was the coaches poll. Okay. What happened on the coaches poll? I didn't even check that out. January 26th, Duke versus Georgia Tech in Atlanta. Who you got, James and Flatbush? Political little wild. That's going to be a serious fight for position in SC. Michigan playing five guards, but they are 6 feet to 6'3". Yeah, okay, James Flatbush, they are, and that's why I don't really like have a problem when Moki goes four guards and a big, or I don't care that Coach Lindsey goes for four guards and a big because we're the same way. Now, James the Flatbush, I'll be checking you out. I'll be checking you out. You can come bring something opposite. What do you guys what are you feeling about USC? And I mean the Trojans. What do you feel? What are you feeling um about USC? Are you guys still in this mindset that all we have is Juju? Because even if you thought we only had Juju's enough, but to be honest with you, that obviously that's not all we have. But if people want to keep sleeping on us and thinking that's all we have, Juju's been able to sit down on the bench safely without the score dipping like it did last year. They would seriously get out of whack because that freshman was on the bench. She can sit on the bench comfortably, cross her legs, get her feet looked at, go on back in the locker room, come back, and we're not like down by 10 points or lose a lead of 10 points. I need UConn to catch a beat down from both of them, even though I like Sarah Strong. I like Sarah Strong too. I mean, I'd be mad at Sarah. I was kind of mad at her, because she was balling out though. Cause I just look at her and I'm thinking like, how you doing all this, girl? But look, I know her mama. Her mama played for the Sparks, so I'm like, and looked like her daddy plays some football. So I'm gonna give her that. But yeah, I need you kind of take a beat down because I never believed they should have been in second in the first place. Tennessee gonna get crushed by UConn. Don't like their death. Misty six women's sports crushed by UConn. Crushed. Mm, crushed. I don't see crushed. I don't see crushed. I feel great about them, except that the other big needs to be more aggressive. Yes, Juju, the only consistent. Yes, Juju, the only consistent player. Sorry, but it can change. So you think Juju Watkins is the only consistent player when Kiki has averaged nothing but double doubles? She averages 16 points a game. I need to check and see what her average is now. Rare Marshall has steadily increased offensively when really she's our defensive juggernaut and rim protector. We shoot pretty decent three pointers. We have bigs that get assists. What? Who is not consistent when it? Who is not consistent, Misty? Like who do you want to see be more consistent? Last night, without Silas Horse, Michigan played 6'5" Russian center. How'd she do? Was she effective? I said Tennessee's going to crush UConn. I know, right? That's what I think. That's what I think. I don't know what y'all saying. If if they play if they play like top tier ball, hitting threes, pressing, no, they're gonna beat UConn. Kiki is hitting her stride, but that other big needs to come on with it. I think Red did really good. I think if you watch with the hedge and the steal, taking it coast to coast, both of them did the I forget what it's called when you hedge out, like instead of giving it to Jew, you turn and go the other way. It's something they do in the NBA. A lot of plays the way that we play is like NBA style, because Coach G is like a former NBA scouting coach and coach, and so some of our style of play is, a little bit more NBA. We're not real system rigid, so that gives Kiki the freedom to shoot middies, shoot threes. Red can shoot a three, middies. Um, Definitely, we're flattening it out and letting Heckel take her three. We give freshmen a lot of playing time in at USC, because really they're going to be our future next year. They'll be sophomores. Drew will be a junior. So this team, although we'll lose to two bigs, I'm sure and we're gonna bring in Jazzy Davidson, and we're probably gonna get another big. We're gonna be even better because they'll have a year under the belt of playing together. But they're doing a fast track of getting to play with each other. So yeah, so Donovan said that Kiki averages 18.5 and 9.3 rebounds. What she averages this? That means she's been higher and a little bit lower, and she's been as high as 30 that I've seen. So what about that is not consistent? I'm very confused. Kiki was fouling. Yeah, she did foul too much, but it was an aggressive foul. And the type of foul that she was getting was on offensive fouls, and some of them were not really offensive fouls. So there were offensive fouls. There were fouls that were done. Like if you get a foul getting going for a rebound, that's a good foul. If you get a foul and you're driving to the hoop, even better. This is the first time I've ever seen her foul out. We could have pulled her and saved her, but we didn't really need to. But what she did, she played with as long as she could with the four fouls. And when she sat on the bench, she had 6 points. To come back in and only play a few minutes and get 18 sounds pretty tough to me. I mean, you act like that's something she does all the time, Miss D, but it isn't. The wrestling center got Kiki into foul trouble with those careless charges. Okay, and we won by 20, so we didn't need her. We didn't need Kiki. Uh, Rhea is still averaging 9 and 9. That's all I need her to do. I need her to average like 9 and 9. I wish she get like 9 and 10, 13 boards. Juju, who would you take with the number two pick? That's a great question. That's a great question, and that's a great question. At the moment, um, that's a great question, and I'm pausing because I know that Kiki was at the number two spot, and believe it or not, um, none of the experts are even trying to budge or even move her from that. So that's the funny thing. Everybody doing their own mock draft, but you're not the expert. You're not the team that needs and knows what they're trying to build. So to try to knock Kiki off that spot when Kiki's only going to get better and better and better through this season, she's getting used to a new system and a new team, and she still got game. So believe it or not, you're probably wrong that she might not go there. What you should be concerned about is a real shakeup with Olivia going. I personally think Olivia would be better in Dallas than Paige, but that's just my opinion. But they're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? For because Paige has a name, she has a brand, she could sell, she could sell. It's a good marketing tool to market around her and things like that. So she'll probably stay there, but I would shake it up and take Olivia. Although I don't think Olivia is uh, as consistent as Paige is, and can shoot that three ball as much, but I don't really need her to if you're looking for a point guard. But is Paige a point guard? And I think Dallas is looking for a point guard, so it's really kind of tricky. So I leave Kiki where she is. Kiki does not need to work on the foul trouble. She really doesn't. I don't even know why you said that. That was one game. What have you been watching? Dominant performance by the Trojans to close out the game. Sure enough, all it takes is like the fourth quarter, y'all. You see it all the time in the NBA. You don't gotta rush. You don't gotta like pull away. Carolina does it all the time. I'm sitting there judging them like, why are they so close to this team all the time? But when you play someone that you never played before in a conference that you're not used to, you come out basically. If we ever to play Michigan again, they're gonna get blown out. One, because it's not gonna be after the holidays. They're just knocking rust off. I said it all through my podcast. They're just knocking the rust off, opening up their lungs, playing ball. It's please. I think LA needs a guard in Page, but for skill, I like Kiki's skill at the moment, minus the fouling. She's not gonna foul Donovan. She might in the pros, but she shouldn't be. She shouldn't be continue to that. She might Donovan. She might continue to have to need to watch herself in the Big Ten because of the physical play. So I'm not even gonna fault you on that. But I think she's intelligent enough to know to avoid that. I'll take Pow Pow because of the new coaching system. You take Pow Pow, Tahina, Pow Pow for she's not gonna go that high. Political ill. Come on, she's not gonna go that high. She's not gonna be in the top three. I like Pop Pop because of the new foot. I like her too, but she's not gonna go that high, unfortunately. I think Olivia is going number one to shake. I'm telling you, shake it up. If Notre Dame wins the championship, they might shake it up. If Notre Dame wins the championship, they might shake things up, y'all. I'm sorry to say. Um, Paige is better than Olivia because outside Enrique, they have no scores. Satu's leaving. Yeah, Satu's probably leaving. I don't know why she's gonna do that. She needs to stay. I wouldn't even mind the USC coach taking Kiki, but it would but if he took Kiki, I don't know. I think Dallas has another pick, which it would drop. It would be a steal to get Kiki. Like if Kiki was were to drop out. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so the Dallas Wings have the first pick, right? And then Dallas comes back. Dallas doesn't come back for another pick in the first round. Oh no, there ain't no way Kiki gonna come back be 14th in the second round. Get out of here with that. There's gonna be some swapping and switching around. LA can't draft Kiki unless they could afford Hamby. Kiki doesn't have to start. Just because Kiki gets drafted doesn't mean she has to start anywhere. And I don't think Cam Brink is going. I think she'll be just fine taking Brink's spot. I don't think Brink is going to be able to just jump up and play in May. And I could be wrong, y'all, but I don't know that. I don't know that Brink is going to come in and be ready to start. So Kiki being over there would be smart. I don't like Kiki and Brink on the court at the same time. I didn't like it at Stanford. I agree. Mainly in the Big Ten is where the foul troubles could be an issue, Donovan. I'm thinking about it, but then I'm thinking about it too, and I'm not seeing anybody challenging Kiki size wise other than UCLA. Who does Maryland have? They're third. Who does Ohio have her height? Who does after Maryland? Who comes next after Maryland? Iowa, Ohio State. Who do they have that she would get in foul trouble with? Go back to the Big Ten and tell me. Satu's going to either Indiana or New York. Most likely New York with her sister. And Sabrina, like a sister to her out of Oregon. I think Hamby is going to be traded. You do? Mm. Listen, political ill. You remember every time the Aces played, the Sparks, Hamby would have great games, and the Sparks would beat them. She was one of her and Necker are the only two people that really kind of give Asia the blues for some reason. Now, think about it again and tell me, do you think they would trade Hamby? And who would they? Who do we need? Because that would be a lot. Trading her, you could get a lot from Hamby. Now, who is it that we're trying to go after using Hamby as the trade bait? James, I doubt Satu goes to New York because of cap space, and it's because JJ, Stewie, Phoebich, and Baby Sabali. Hamby to Minnesota for Pete. Nah, nah. We're not gonna lose our inside player like Hamby for Peely. You just which political? Wow. You're. Do you know how much Hamby is worth? Peely hasn't even played. Why would we trade Hamby for Peely who doesn't play? We're not. They don't trade off of potential like that. Hamby Peely is not better than Hamby, in my opinion. In my opinion, and you can't. And as far as I believe, and I could be wrong, political, but you can't. You don't. You a rookie stay in place for 3 years. At Donovan from James, Thor- Thornton got picked by the Valkyries in the expansion draft, and Vandersloot is a free agent. New York got cap space to get Satu. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Political. Peely is nowhere near equitable. That's not an equitable trade. So, nah, that's not an equitable trade. That's the height advantage. We need Hamby in the middle like that. And Hamby has the most experience, way more experience than Rakia, way more experience than Cam. She is one of the leaders. Ray Burrell comes off the bench. And I think Leah Rue is leaving. Now Hamby is like our captain, so we're not gonna do that. Uh, you will add a pick with that. Why are we? So the Sparks will give up a pick for Peely. Is that what you mean? Yeah, Hamby to Peely with a couple of picks. Y'all forgetting the Oh, Minnesota would give up picks. Y'all forgetting the success Peely had with that coach at Utah. Oh, I see where you're going. But I don't think she can leave. It's about the physical system. Okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, but we might need to pick on somebody else, but not. Nah, I ain't giving up Hamby for that for Peely. No, 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 no. Um, I actually had Janiyah Barker going to the Liberty at the seventh pick because of the fact that they lost like a Thornton, like a Kayla Thornton over there. And Thornton to me, Thornton is more. She kind of gives you offense, but she's also kind of like that physical player. You know, that like a Benaj Laney or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I need for Janiyah to become like a Benaj Laney. That's all I could really see that she can do. But she's so tall, she's so lengthy. She can steal that cross court pass type thing. Um, she's just a big girl. James Satu is almost 200,000 contract. Plus, are you really sending Satu to the bench? Good. That's a good one. That's a good one. Um, cause Thornton space is open, but that's not Satu is who Stewie is or Menage Delaney is, right? So nah, she's not gonna come off the bench. Juju, the Sparks is not a ship team, so you start over with younger players. Nah, I disagree. Mm-mm. Kurt wasn't playing them right. You got Rakia Jackson, Cam Brink, top five picks to start with. You put Living Miles in. Now we got the point guard that we need. You got Ray Burrell. Um, you're still kind of gonna have McDonald over there. You know, Zaya Cook. We don't really need her. Um, trying to think. We don't really need Kia Nurse. Those kind of players like that. I kind of wanted. I kind of wanted like Kelsey Plum, but I kind of want Kelsey Plum to go with the Valkyries. The coach for the Spark plays a positionless system. Hamby is not a 3 point threat. She's a center. Hamby's a center. She's a center. Political. I honestly don't think Barker comes out this year. She doesn't look like a first rounder because okay, because 10 and 8 is a solid but not outstanding. Okay, if she got another year, um, that might not be a bad idea for her to stay. Donovan Satu is starting at the 3, small forward. Laney can come off the bench, plus Vandersloot off the books. You got Vandersloot gone, James Flatbush. Donovan, don't be surprised if Barker winds up in Chicago. Hey. Right. I actually had Anissa Morrow earlier on in Chicago, and I also had Roy Harmon or Isaiah James at the 10th spot going to Chicago. On top of that, the average. On top of that, she averages 3 turnovers and 3 fouls a game off the bench. Damn. Who Satu? I'm not running after Satu. I love Satu Savali, but you want to know why? You know why I don't really care because she stay hurt. She stay injured. She stays injured. She's been like this forever, and it's so annoying that I'm not gonna like run after her and waste a good pick to get her. Facts at Political. He wants to fast break 3 point shooting team. Who does? Who's he? Tyler? Tyler or yeah, because the Dallas coach he hasn't said anything yet. I know Natalie does for the Valks. Who wants a? You said he Tyler wants a fast breaking team. At James, they would be dumb to send Laney to the bench. I know she's a workhorse. Laney Hamilton, a workhorse. People need to stop worrying about their position in the draft. They need to be more concerned with fit. I agree. Now, unless there's a reason that you pay attention to that, or if there's some type of incentive that comes along with it, or something like that, um, I don't know. But I tell you, Angel was a steal. Angel was a steal. I'll tell you that much, because obviously J.C. Sheldon. I used to like J.C. Sheldon. I would see her do some awesome things for Iowa, but she needed to. She started kind of waning for that team. And Celeste Taylor too. Crap, they were just like boo for Ohio State last year towards the end of the season. Chicago is looking for shooters. Okay, Chicago's looking for shooters. So that would not. So that's why. What about Isaiah James? Tell me what you think about her or Sonia Citron. Atlanta Sparks are about analytics, and the systems says that you shoot volumes of amount of threes. Atlanta and Sparks. So who shoots a lot of threes? Pow Pow. That would put her. Mm, that's why you were saying. Now, see, you. That's your theory. That's your theory, political ill, that you think we shoot a lot of threes. Where did you get that from? Where'd you get that ideology from? That in LA we shoot that we need shooters or that we shoot a lot of threes. That makes you think that we're looking for a 3 point shooter because you trying to squeeze Pow Pow way higher than I think she should go. Chicago needs a point guard and a wing. Is shooters out there. Okay, I'm looking at them. I had AZ. I had AZ pretty high. I had Pow Pow, but also none of you have talked about Cheyenne Sellers, and I want to know why. Because she's gonna be a little sleeper on you, and she's gonna go higher than you think. I think. Then we got Tiana Papa, Roy, Georgia Amore, Harmony Turner, Bree Hall. I don't think Aubrey would be coming out. I don't know why Maddie would come out at 6'3". She's gonna miss half the. She doesn't miss all of non-conference. Lucy Olsen's coming out. I'm skipping over like bigs and just reading you some of the guards. Sanaya Rivers. It don't look. It ain't. I just got all the way to the. I just read you off some people from the first and second. Rory Harmon, Georgia Amore. I don't really. This class is not that impressive, and I'm not really concerned about it. I'm concerned about free agency. I think when we go to watch the free agency in January, that's what we need to keep our eyes on. I'm not expecting anything from this class to save any team. There ain't nobody on here. Ain't nobody on this list that I'm just dying to have. That's gonna help my team on this. You you guys, except for Kiki Ariafen because of her size. Okay, so you probably think I'm not being realistic because I'm being biased. Okay, let's leave her off. Dominique Malanga is gonna be a potential star one day, but not now. I don't see anybody on this list that I just gotta have, and it's gonna change my program around. Not one of them. Paige got to get some weight on her, some size, but that's why I want her at the point and not really like mixing it up. But she's tough. She's tough. But if she try to be too tough, she's gonna get hurt. The ladder coach and the new Sparks coach follow that analytics philosophy of volume threes. Look them up. Okay, cool. So that might be a pow pow thing. That might be a pow pow thing. And Sonia Citron. I saw Sonya try to pull a three the other night. It looked kind of like she looked like she was forcing it. How does Harmony? How's Harmony? Bree and Harmony. It ain't looking good, y'all. For you looking for three? I don't see no top tier 3 point shooter in this class. You said Chicago, political though. Should get Sellers months ago. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Cause let me see what I said. I didn't have her. I had Mystic still in there before the Chicago decides to pick her up. So if you do that, you want the Sky to get her in the third round or 10th round. Political though, Sellers, because I got Rory going to the Sky or Isaiah James. Um, Donovan, to me, Pow Pow falls either to Seattle. Yeah, I thought about that. I had Pow Pow in Seattle too. I did. Minnesota or Phoenix. She gonna get buried. She gonna get buried in Minnesota because Charlotte is really looking for a true, true, true point guard, a real true point guard, and there's just no one on here. Nobody plays like that really anymore. Nobody plays like that. It's like positionless. That's why she had Courtney there. Maybe Harmony, but that would be cool though because if Harmony went to like Minnesota, then she would have to go like second round. Um, if Gianna um, Ipkins comes out, she'd be a great player somewhere. Where does she play for, Donovan? Sellers at 10, Citron at 3. Okay, okay. I ain't really sold on Citron, but I don't really care because I like I like this guy so much that whatever Citron is like a tweener, and she's like a go getter. She's such an easygoing, like whatever you need, coach type person. I can do it. You know what I mean? She can help bring the ball up. Like I like that. So she'd fit in good with the girls, like with her skill set. And then Sellers will be a surprise for them. Sellers will be a very good political. Let's remember that. Don't forget. Remind me when it all said and done. Say, Jude, remember I told you, because I'm gonna stick with you on that. And that's why you think she's perfect in the Seattle system, Donovan. I hope the WNBA doesn't turn into a copycat league like the NBA. Which, why you say that? Political, like, why you say like a copycat, like a copycat league? Cheryl also what? Aisha Cheryl was what? I think I'm telling you guys. I think the free agency is going to be a big deal. I need some vets. This class is just not. It's not jumping out at me. I thought Az was gonna be ready to go. She's still like ground level, and I feel like those injuries have made her pace just like a step. Paige was already kind of leaps above in her class. I really like her class was last year, to be honest with you. And so I think like she's delayed. Now, does she get around players that are better than her and just performs, you know, back at where she was, and get stronger and better over time? Or did she reach her peak? Did she reach her ceiling? Kid's been playing since probably since she was like 12, 13 years old and been the best throughout. And sometimes kids just peak out. And that's what Paige reminds me is like she hit her ceiling with that frame and that body. Mm-mm. Yeah, I'm not intrigued with her anymore. She got it. She's still good, especially against the college girls. Because she's smart. But then I always say like, oh, they go to the league and it's not going to be as whatever. But then I was looking at the guards in the league and they was boo boo. Clark was running circles around them. Since Centron is a lockdown defender and she can score from enough distance. I mean, yeah, I mean yeah, she cool, she cool. She got the height. She got the height. I don't know about lockdown, like, but she cool for a wing. She'll be good for a wing, not two. She cool. She plays at Utah. She's 6 feet. She averages 18, 4 boards, 3 assists. Shoots 49% from the field and 43 from three. Oh, really? Okay, so Utah might got somebody over there for the next level, Donovan, because it's going to be noted that they upset Notre Dame. It's going to, whether it was early or not, it's going to be noted. So, Ipkin. Okay, I'm gonna try to remember that. But everybody's doing threes and no one's playing the other aspects of the game. Yeah, I think before Angel came political Lil, I would 100%, 1,000% agree. She made them start having to box out, freaking. Because if she hadn't have come along, they would have just been like, how you put up a shot, everybody knows it's off, and you're already running in the other direction, kind of like almost a little Paul Westfalish. Like they're already like pulling it down. Like don't even like fight over it. Maybe for a quarter, but they're not even fighting over rebounds. They're just like, if it ain't in my circumference, like I'm already getting back. Yeah, these NBA teams are ridiculous. Taking all these 3 pointers and missing way more shots than they make. So I don't even watch them. It's irritating. players who can defend. She's a defensive minded coach. Utah. Citron is not athletic as Diamond and DeShields, but she may turn out to be way more productive. Yeah, because you know what? When you're not athletic, you use fundamentals and you take angles and you beat the person to the spot of where you think they're going to go. A lockdown is more like Hannah, Juju. Hannah, especially because Hannah will make, and Jada Williams from Arizona, they shift you. They shift you. Instead of backing up like when I'm guarding you and I'm just going wherever you go, I'm jabbing and I'm making the first move. That and making you go where I want you to go and taking you off your spot. That's a lockdown for me. And she's a shooter. She shoots a corner 43, a career 43% from the three, and has made 188 made three. Who is this? We need to know about her. Somebody better. I don't have no. There's something got to be wrong, Donovan. Cause I don't have that name anywhere. Hunter Cruz. I don't have any name like that on my first and second. I didn't do the third round. I don't have anywhere this person you're talking about. She must be slow as a molasses and can't play defense. Because although you're naming all this good stuff, Donovan, what does she do? Not to say that they need all this defense, okay? Because obviously, Political Lil's making a good point. It's like, do we even need everybody to play defense all the time? Because it sounds like we trying to get like the WNBA. I remember they used to play so much defense. There was one era after I graduated that Pat had 17. As much as I love her to death and her team, they would get on my nerves because they would just, the score would be like 47, 50, 56, 47 at the end of the game because there was so much defense and so much turnovers and so much on the ground and football that it was just like irritating. I was like, this is so gross to watch. Why did I even play this? Like, nobody knew how to like bust it open um, with outside shots and things like that because they're playing so much defense that you're just fouling. Gianna, okay. She's from Utah. Was part of the Kelsey Plum Dog Camp. Okay, a couple of years ago, I had a foot injury. No wonder last season, which is why it's a question about. Yeah, see that she might not be coming out, Donovan. She might not be coming out because I don't. Yeah, because I seen Utah, and the reason I paid attention to Utah last year is because uh, my team lost twice to Peely. We could not beat them for some reason. It was just the weirdest thing, and they got nowhere. They got nowhere in the tournament. Obviously, didn't even really make a run for the Pac-12 tournament, and maybe it's because she got hurt or something. But that freaking team, this we could not beat them. It was just weird. Maybe it was the way we matched up with them or something. But at least, and then Peely would like she would be score inside on us. She would score. She would shoot mid range. She would shoot out threes. Like Peely was like one of my favorites last year in college. Um, so yeah, yeah, I would remember somebody else on her team because yeah, I don't remember her. But there's no reason for her to stay with a coach gone and most of the good players graduating, unless she just wants to get in the portal. You know, she might get in the portal. But it sounds like the coach is holding it down. I mean, shoot, he got a under his belt. He might have just beaten the possible NCAA champion. Who knows? Donovan was a key player for Utah. That was a key player. Okay. And you never know. Like political said, she might go because Let me see if the Sparks has anything in the third round. Sparks has a 26 spot in the third round. Maybe that coach might pick her up. Political. I mean, Mackenzie Forbes got picked up. Maybe like third round. Kayla Davis. They didn't make it, but she's playing overseas. At least she got Australia. She's gonna get better. She may be able to come back because I know she really wants to play. Mackenzie Forbes was our senior from the Ivy League that helped us win the when they scouted and double and triple team and took Juju out of the player out of the game. Mackenzie would step up heavily for us. I love. I hope I'm pronouncing Neepkins. Is she Indian? And her funny looking jump shot. Those funny looking jump shots be working. Yeah, Juju, I can see the Utah former coach picking her up. You know what I mean? Like, like, I mean, for a 26 spot, third round, they usually do kind of stuff like that. Hey, y'all remember how good Diamond Miller was though for Brendan Freeze in Maryland? She played with Sellers and Angel. I thought Diamond Miller was gonna be really good. Like, but I had an inside connection that friend who's coached Tiffany Mitchell in AAU, and I was told, Coach Reeves, like, she's the type of coach, like, she mad at you or you want, I hear you guys all the time saying, like, why they not playing so and so? They on the bench or whatever. Like, Coach Reeves is like that. She kind of like petty. She sits your butt down and you won't see the daylight. Or if you're just not playing up to her standards, or you piss her off, whatever that might mean. Maybe you're not doing something that she's repeated. I don't know. But if you get on her bad side, let's just say that you won't see action. So Donovan said, "Who knew the injury bug would?" I know Diamond like that. I know. And she was giving her ample opportunity. But I ain't gonna lie. Every time I seen her out there, she was just jumping jack. She had no like, she was not developing any footwork whatsoever. She thought she could just be super athletic, um, over the pros and out athletic people, which is what I think Janaya does a lot. And it's like, no, baby, you don't got that kind of athleticism. You got to have actual skill, actual footwork. You know what I mean? Like, not just let me go run in here and think I can jump somebody for the rebound without a chicken wing or a box out or what have you. Maryland coach Brenda Freeze is something else. Her players' turnovers are crazy. Right now? Oh, her player turnover. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I really only know about Angel leaving though. Because Sellers been with her all 4 years. Diamond stayed with her. I remember her. And of course, I remember the team that I fell in love with that had Christy Tolliver, Marissa Sanders, and all of them. Not Marissa Sanders. Well, I think it was Sanders. But it was like three or four of them. She had put together a bomb team that won the championship that year. Donovan, she had the potential for a Hall of Fame career. Who you talking about? Diamond? Diamond, I thought Diamond was gonna. I'm not even gonna say she's not. I'm not gonna do that because it really hasn't been that long. It really even haven't been 3 years. So I'm not gonna say that she's done yet, political ill. But I just love Diamond Miller. I thought Diamond Miller. Oh, I thought Diamond Miller was gonna be so good. I really did. I was just like, oh, I remember her. And I remember her. And now I think about it, I remember that little skinny girl, and it was Angel. And then I didn't know where Angel went. And then even when I found Angel, I didn't even remember anything about Maryland until it was brought up, and then I had to go look, and then that's the kid that I liked, you know? Yeah. But even since Maryland, I've seen growth in Angel. That's what I like about her. When Angel left, they had lost a number of players. Oh, okay, that's why she bounced. Okay. I mean, she talked about it too. Why she left makes a lot of sense. I mean, she just really wouldn't let her be unapologetic or just be her. I don't think she would have been doing the things that we saw her do and be as charismatic and be able to do her NIL. I mean, NIL was just so brand new. It probably took Brenda a minute to really understand it and how it all works. because people like Gino and all of them, they're kind of like, Pat some ways, was like that. I think Host Claude and them changed her a lot. Candace, but Candace got her butt bent getting back from that hotel room with her then boyfriend, late. Like she still had her rules in place, and you're the superstar, but you're not bigger than a team kind of stuff. You know what I mean? She don't want all that individuality uh, thing going on. So and then just to leave and want to be away from home and all the, because I know I had offers like to stay in the Bay, and I would think like, how would that have been? It would have been great because I would have been able to go home and when I needed to. And there's a lot of times when I was at home in LA that I needed to be home when my mom in my bed eating a good meal, you know, somewhat seeing my friend. My friends weren't the best influence all the time, but um, I think I never would allow my friends to influence me away from what I needed to be doing. But it wouldn't take long if something caught my eye or if I started a relationship. It could have been a distraction, or I can handle it very maturely. So I know for her there was probably a lot being home. I'm just nervous. She'll end up like AZ, never fully healing and being in and out. Man, tell me about it. It's already like that though. It's already like that. I mean, I've seen her getting the opportunity and then like getting back on the court, and I was like, oh, cool, cool, cool. Let's see how she fit in. Like, look like Coach Reeves likes her. And the next thing you know, boom. And then they said she better, but she wouldn't even take the chance. She had already moved on. Went to Carlton, went to the Smith, Alana Smith, and she went and got, what was it, Hines Allen or something like that. Depends on how the Sparks draft. I can see them making the playoffs. I think the Sparks are gonna be good. I think the Spark. We waiting on Juju. I don't know how we gonna do it. Maybe some of these 2026 new CBA rules, or is that what you call them, are gonna be different. Yes. I don't even know if Juju gonna stay off 4 years, y'all. I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna stay off 4 years. That's why she trying to. That's why one Hidalgo needs to. Hidalgo's pushing the pace because she's gonna suffer a huge blow. Not having Citron and not having Olivia. Um, Latu King is gonna have a big role next year with her. Koval's gonna have to step up. Now Westball wants to stay, well, she's a shooter. So coming back from injury, I hope she's shooting, even though she can't get up and down. They say, for all I know, I don't know, but she need to be shooting, sitting on the bench, just shooting in the air or something. Because if that's the missing piece, and she's a shooter, she got to come in ready, hot, ready to go, like Kennedy did. Kennedy came in and popped three threes in a fast-paced, huge game. But then her follow-up game, um, it wouldn't have been as just kind of like as clunky as it was. Her defense was great. I mean, playing that hard kind of defense and physicality, your offense is not gonna be there when you just got back over vacation. But he's been a great freshman player for sure. They say the Maryland coach is not really close to the players as she isn't about you being yourself. She's not real close to players, so she isn't about you. Usually, you're really close to the assistant coach. It's excellent if you can have a relationship, a really good relationship with head coaches. Um, but I don't think that came for me until my assistant coach became a head coach. But she always took to me from the very beginning. One, because I was surprised walk on. I was there for track and I walked on. But she had great plans for me in that sophomore year until I told you what some of the players got jealous about. Diamond Miller is buried at Minnesota. Her and Reese, I believe, could have won a chip together. I think so too. That's what I thought was going to happen. Juju will be fine with the Sparks as constructed. I hope Juju gets to go home. I think she'll stay home. I think she'll get to stay home. I think I think she talks of Asia a lot. She talks about Asia, and she I mean she lights up when she talks about like what she what her favorite player is. basically, or who grew the league. You know, and the reason she loves Asia so much is because she loves the spirit animal of Asia, which is a dominance. She knows Asia is pure dominance. I didn't think Asia was going to be who she was in this league. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think that she was that good like this. And if it wasn't for each year that I saw her get better and better and better, and I didn't look at her coming out of South Carolina like, ooh, she's gonna dominate the WNBA. No, not at all. I did not see it. I would have never said that. I would have never said that. But hats off to her. Praises to her for really, and Tyler Marsh probably, and just working on her game, wanting to be uh, the best, wanting to be a dominant force. That's what I love about her, and that's what I love that Juju loves in her is whatever position, whether it be from a point guard position or a center or forward, power forward, whatever position you are, six man, you could be the best six man. You could be the best dominant player in whatever role you play. You be the best. That's why I love Tiffany Hayes. Because as wild as Tiffany is, Tiffany will make some crazy outlandish plays or do something and then she could do the most ridiculous thing at the same time. But at 31 years old, I don't know why they think that's old because it really isn't. Um, she was like she stepped right in and gave them the pickup that the Aces need. I mean, they were hanging on by a thread last year. With Candace dropping off at the last minute, we didn't know. I mean, Candace would have been like on a thread too, but just it doesn't matter because Candace's presence on the court and her ability to lead at the position that she was at the top at the high post because she can bring up the ball and she can distribute the ball, but she knows when to calm them down with the pace and change pace. She's so good at that, and that's what excuse me, and that's what they needed, especially with Chelsea being out. So I don't think that the league is as good as I thought it was. I mean, when it came down to Minnesota and the Liberty, I thought that was the right two teams that were in the WNBA final. Looking at them and looking at their skill set and looking at the players that they had a team, that was just that was just the best two teams that I could stand to really look at to see that was playing up to par. And I was really shocked. I was really disappointed. I thought the Fever actually like started to play at a high level and could possibly go far. I thought the Seattle would be a lot better, but as we can see, they had some problems over there. But it really disappointed me because I was like, how is Clark with her slow butt? But I guess she ain't as slow as I thought she was. But I was just like, how is this happening? Because she's chewing up these guards. But as we can see, it started at the top. We needed new coaches. It started with the leadership. It's probably not the players. It's probably the coaching. So with that being said, we got half the league. We got a bunch of new coaches. So I'm really excited to see Unrivaled. I'm happy to see them construct this. I think it's a great idea. I think it's we got to keep an eye on them and see them stay in shape. Hopefully, no one gets injured before they get into the league. They're not going overseas where we're struggling to try to see them play overseas. So I gave you guys the top 25, right? Nothing much changed. Couple teams went up, couple teams went down, just like I thought. It was just gonna move kind of like at the bottom. But these conference games are going to shake it up. I cannot wait for some of these teams to start playing one another because it's gonna feel so good for them. They're gonna love it. They're gonna love it too. They're gonna love playing some competition. Some of these games have just been like, it's enough. It's enough already. If you don't know, you're never gonna know who's starting, who's gonna be playing what, and it doesn't matter because you don't got to stick to the same five that you chose in January. May not be the same five down in February, but it is time, you guys, for this conference play to begin. Um, Everybody seems like they're trying to hold on to undefeatedness or uh, not having a whole lot of losses. Where that's never really been an issue before. It is really funny that it's one now. Just because you suffer a loss or two or three or four, and you're a pretty good team, you can still make that run. You feel me? So it's gonna be really good. Politically, what you say? Unrivaled is a good idea. It should be fun. Fan experience. I can't wait. I love that game back in the days. You like the 3-on-3? I played Hoop It Up, so that shit was hard. That shit was hard. It's like you just have four people and it's like and you coach yourself and you like call them in, man. Oh my gosh. I wanted to break it out. I wanted to. I wish I had played that one. Like, I wish that was around when I just got out of college, more so than when I stopped and only played recreational, and then try to get back and then get in shape. It helped me get back in shape though. But yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. Oh man, it's gonna be so fun to watch. It's gonna because like you said, it's like X-ray, man. You can't you I didn't. The Olympics was kind of disappointing though, except for uh, Harmony and Fagan and them and Cody. That was cool, but that team we put constructed was not like Steph Dolson, Lisa Gray, Kelsey Mitchell, and forget the other girl. When we got the gold medal when we first constructed it, that was fun to watch them. Yes, I played in college every year for 8 weeks to get us ready for the season. Right? It's like, man. All right, so I'm gonna shut it down. I gotta go check on moms and get ready for uh, check ball. We up. I'm just glad that my nothing shut down. I should be okay for tomorrow morning. Come back tomorrow morning with Sets Talk Sports and with me, Juju, for our morning edition. Happy New Year's Eve, and I'll see you guys then. Get some rest, get some sleep. X-Ray was the original name of the game. I still got a copy of the book by John Beelan. I need to look that up. I love when you be bringing that type of stuff. Okay, y'all get some rest. We'll be back here tomorrow. Get some rest. All right, thank you for joining me. Hit that like button on your way out, everybody. Take care.